Welcome to the Summer Sesh. We miss talking NRL, so we thought we'd jump back on the mics to talk a bit of rubbish. It was actually rubbish before, but we're going to talk more rubbish. We'll do things a little differently this time, maybe an interview, a few legends, chat some NRL, NFL, and a bit of horse racing along the way. It's lighter, it's more relaxed, and it's just us being, well, us. Sit back and enjoy the show. A big thank you to the Bella for having us, and don't forget to follow the show on Instagram and Spotify. Okay, the comments. We've got Sea Bear. She's actually given us twice, which concerns me. So first one is, so glad this is the last episode of the season. Hopefully they forget how to use the podcast equipment before the next one. Sending hate. Don't make a comeback. Oh.
She's harsh, isn't she?
She's very harsh. And then the next one was, this Mo guy sucks. Never, ever include him again.
Well, she won't be listening, so we're not listening to her, are we?
Good. Then we've got the big fella, Dan Ox. Hey, pals, summer sesh about to begin. I'm sure Dave will give us a 50-minute rant on why Giants suck and how they let in 33 points in the last quarter. I haven't even touched on that, and that was the best moment of my year. Oh, God, it was great because I did do the early crow on you several times.
Come on, move along.
I can't. It was too funny.
Move along.
The other guy, whose name I forgot, but now we'll call him Dave's friend, will have to eat his words and give Mo less the praise he deserves after the tips he gave. For me, I'll be listening intently as Dave knows I don't do any work, so I need something to fill my day. Hot topics, Penn State coach sacked. Dave being a jet ski dad, hooroo.
They are hot topics.
Well, I'll tell you, a Penn State coach was sacked. What was his payout, Dave?
$48 million.
Far out. That's insane. $48 million.
And he's been there a long time too.
He built that program.
So
that's $48 million for a college coach. That's insane.
Unbelievable.
All right, we've got Mo Lester. Just wondering if the show's getting a rebrand to Two Shit Blokes and One Genius Tipster after God. Mo Lester went 3 from 4 and tipped the Caulfield Cup winner. The best part of the cup was knowing Jason back Royal Supremacy after I told him it was a camel. Can't wait to hear how he wheels out of giving the promised credit. Surely a well done Mo Lester isn't too hard to say, Jace. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And I don't know why he needs to be so needy.
And why is he needy? We've gone over this. It's just, this is what happens when you cuddle your kids too much. They always want it.
Yeah, true.
I blame you.
Agreed.
You need some tough love on this kid.
Do you reckon I should just smack him around a bit?
Absolutely. His lovely fiancée should.
Oh, I think that's going on.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, I think she's slapping him around.
You can't put up with this.
Mate, he just...
Like, when he does the dishes, does he do one and then just want to turn around and want to, like, a
standing ovation? We've got a whole, like, a band there. So every time we play a celebratory band playing for him.
It's just, it's exhausting.
It is, mate.
All right.
You're not fathering it. Jesus. He works with me as well, so he does a little bit of work and rings me and tells and sends me a photo, and I've got to say, oh, how good was that? Thanks for doing your job, arsehole.
It's like in the castle. Dale dug a hole.
A little bit of water came out, but he still dug a hole.
Where's the comments from Jez?
I don't know what happened to the gay lover, to be honest.
It's very hurtful from Jez. All right, so we're going to do something, because it's a summer sesh, we're a bit more relaxed. We're going to do something this week, and we'll see how it goes, but we're going to do a few different things each week. But this one is Dave and Jason's local reviews. So we're going to start where we're going to actually read out some venues that we like or that we've been to or whatever, and we're going to read out a few of their 5-star reviews, but mainly some of their 1-star reviews to see what's said about this business. So we're going to start at the Bella, because this is where we are. We're at the Bella Vista Hotel. We had lunch here today, beautiful lunch. But we're going to read out some of their 5-star reviews. So here we go. So we've got the first one here. Simply states, this place offers a lively atmosphere, tasty meals, and very friendly staff. Drinks menu is great, and they still offer more than 10 beers on taps with a few special ones. The atmosphere is vibrant, but still very relaxing. Both indoor and outdoor seating options. A special mention to the podcast room, I believe, where people come to create their podcasts along with the fantastic vibe. Perfect for casual drinks with friends, events. Always a great experience. Well done to the staff and support members. So that's a 5-star review.
That's outstanding.
So let's go to a 1-star review.
Let's do this.
They didn't have any coasters for the drink glasses.
Yep.
The wire chairs outside were uncomfortable, We ordered 2 fish and chips dishes and there was no salad on the plate. You paid so much and you don't get balanced meal. Some people I know were telling me that the Bella Hotel and food is so nice, but we didn't enjoy anything. Okay, be harsh.
This person should not go outside.
That's okay.
If your biggest issue is there's no coaster for your drink and the chairs are uncomfortable, you've had a good night out.
Oh, okay, so we've got now, this one is...
You got to do their names, 'cause seriously, you got to out
that
these
was
people.
Jotkia Nath. Okay,
Jotkia?
That was 8 months ago. So
Don't listen.
So then we have Dion H. I'm hesitant in recommending my friends go to the Bella Hotel on Saturday night. The crowd this venue attracts on Saturday is atrocious. So much security staff says it all. Patrons wanting to punch on outside. Dangerous and ruins the atmosphere. I gave the staff and service 5 stars though. Given what they have to deal with, hope their marketing manager does a better job in the demographic department. Or maybe I have all the completely wrong in my generalisation. Maybe the night I went was an anomaly. Whichever the case, I'm giving feedback of my experience. He sounds like you went to Beirut.
Jesus Christ, the demographic department. Seriously, Dion, what's going on? Were you in the fight? No, mind your own business.
Dion's saying everyone's punching on. It's like a war zone. What the hell?
It gets better.
I've been here on a Saturday night. There's generally a queue for the toilets because there's multiple people in the cubicles. They must have a cold because there's a lot of sniffing.
A lot of sniffing. A few bloody noses around the joint.
All right, we've got K. So that's all they go by, K.
Yeah, you coward.
I was a guest at the podcast studio in Bella Vista yesterday. And while the space itself is great, what I witnessed was shocking. This is shocking.
Okay, you poor bastard. You all right?
The podcast host asked for help with the panel or if there were any instructions available, and the manager's response was downright rude and dismissive. She actually told the host, this is a free service. You need to figure it out yourself.
Correct.
And to make things worse, she added, it's a weekend and AV doesn't work on weekends.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Yes, it's amazing the Bella Vista offers this space to the community at no charge. But does that mean people deserve to be treated like this?
Oh, my God.
This,
you poor thing, Kay.
I think Kay is outraged and it's completely unnecessary. The host wasn't asking from us, just basic help to use the equipment. To be treated so poorly, especially by someone who's supposed to be a manager, was gross. It was gross.
It was gross.
Their words, gross.
Gross, you poor thing.
It ruined the whole experience for everyone. Now, I'll go into bat for them. Like, we've had issues here, right? And they have come in and some of them don't know. Nothing. They don't have a clue on how to work it.
Yep.
But they actually will ring or make an effort.
Yep.
Like, so I think Kay's just a whinging bitch.
But as you see on the wall there, Jason, there is a sign telling you how to use the thing.
There's 6 signs.
Right? And I'm an idiot.
And you worked it out.
And I'm a 50-year-old dinosaur.
Yes.
Right? Who worked out how to use this machine. And 2, its absolute capacity. Like I'm doing all sorts of weird stuff on it these days. This is crap. And it is a free service. And if you can't work it out, that's on you. And the staff there have got enough on their plate to worry about 2 or 3 dickheads in the podcast studio.
Like, but the wording used, you would think that they've actually, like, insulted her personally and just made her life hell. And all they did was say...
Or maybe a man. We don't know.
No, I thought... Did they indicate they were female?
K.
K's female.
Okay.
All right, so we've got the next one.
So I just want to finish on this. If you can't use the machine, because it's not that hard.
Next one, Simajit Kaur.
Okay.
Full name too. Ooh, this could be bad.
Simajit.
My husband, 2 kids and I came to have a meal and we were not greeted with proper service.
Okay. This is a pub, righto.
Okay. Do they want the valet? I don't understand. What do you
it's
want?
It's not a 3-out restaurant, you fuckwit.
What do they want? Someone to show them to a table?
Oh, God.
The guy behind the bar advised we got sit at any table without a number, whilst the blonde floor manager came and
that's racist.
The blonde floor manager came and we can't sit there. It's reserved only at the back. She was not interested to serve us and didn't explain the menu, brunch, and high tea properly.
Okay, this is a pub.
It's a pub. What do you want to explain about the menu? It's a chicken schnitzel. Or pizzas. Like, it's not... What do you
It's not that hard.
It's absolutely unhappy with the service, especially on a rainy day with 2 kids. We had to leave. Definitely do not recommend unfriendly stuff and not greeted properly.
Okay, so I want to point something out at you, right?
Yes.
Just because you had 2 kids here doesn't mean that your experience is any better or any worse than anyone else. Most people have had kids or are dealing with kids. We don't give a fuck about your kids. Shut up about your kids.
We came here today for lunch.
Yes.
We walked in, we found a table, we sat down, we ordered.
Yeah, we ate.
Without a problem.
No, didn't have any, and no one explained shit to us.
And no one showed us to a table.
Do you know what I'm a bit annoyed about today? Just on that. No one greeted me, Jason. Like, I walked in here like I own the joint. No one showed me to a table, nothing. And it's a pub.
I don't know what this person wants.
This is just insane.
I've got this like image of this lady expecting like some guy in a tuxedo with a towel, white towel over his forearm going, "Oh, follow me, madam, I'll take you."
Is this the wine you ordered?
What
so
the
do you want
fuck?
to, test drink before you do it?
What are people doing?
What is it? Oh, Jesus.
All right, so
this is
now-
what's wrong with the world.
This is what we've got now. We've got Hardy Allen.
All right, Hardy.
This
What do you
place
got?
has become a very cheap and dirty. I felt I was on off the dirty dirty country when you see human poop on the streets. What the fuck? Where did you go to see human or dietary low lifestyle? They just care of making money as long as you pay $40 for one person for entry. And that is, the beer was absolutely disgusting. I didn't taste any beer. It was literally water. What a waste of time. Never going back.
What? Hardy Allen? Wait, dirty country, human poop on the street. How much shit have you seen outside?
It's like, this is the cleanest place I've seen.
For a pub, you don't even stick to the floor.
I don't know who these people are. Oh my God. All right, we've got D Bush.
Yeah.
The day was ruined. Oh God, the day was ruined. I love when it starts off so aggressive. By deadbeat settling bums hanging out of the smoke area, shouting abuse at two mothers, my partner and my 2-month-old baby.
Again, don't give a fuck about your baby.
Sick weirdos who flick cigarette butts at newborn children and women whilst abusing them from the safety of the balcony shouldn't be accepted into what's supposed to be a family establishment.
So I want to ask a question here. Right, D Bush, I'd love to talk to you. Are you saying that you walk past the outdoor smoking area and these blokes just randomly went into abuse mode and started flicking shit at you and you didn't say a word? Because that happens to me all the time, Jason.
Mate, we walked past this place to come in. No one's shouting abuse at anyone. No one's flicking cigarettes at you or doing anything.
What did you do, ma'am? What did you start and someone else finished?
I don't understand when she... Oh, man.
And I don't care about your baby.
Oh.
I'm not interested.
All right, we've got Katie Purnell.
Okay, Katie, what happened?
Be very careful of the security there. My son was punched in the side of the face at 1 a.m. this morning and was hopping into an Uber. He was told to get off the road and had a smart-ass response, and the security decided this was enough reason to punch him, and he wasn't looking. I know this won't elicit a response from BVH as shown with previous reviews, but be prepared to deal with this type of security if you go there. I'm sure that her son is just perfect.
Yeah, you just said get lost.
Yeah, and he just absolutely didn't do a thing
wrong.
Not
a thing wrong.
No.
The poor little bloke was just there getting into an Uber. They said, get off the road. He said, I'm sorry, Mr. Security Guard, I'm just getting in my Uber.
Yep.
You dickhead, right? And he just snapped. I'm pretty sure it was a lot worse than that, Katie. I think your son's a fuckwit.
I think he is a fuckwit.
And he needs to shut his gob.
And hopefully they will actually teach her son.
How many pubs do you reckon you've been to?
Oh, God.
Thousands?
Yeah.
And how many times have you got into an Uber and got punched by the security guard?
1, 2, 3, 4, none.
Yeah, that's right. You know why?
Because I'm not a fuckwit.
You're not a fuck. Well.
Well, no. But like... this is a classic case of mum thinking her son is perfect.
Yeah.
No.
Everybody, kids suck.
He was a drunken idiot,
Yep.
mouthed off to security who were just doing their job.
Well, mate, and he's the 30th bloke to mouth off to him in the night.
I can guarantee you, I'll put my life on it, it wouldn't have been a one comment. And it wouldn't have been...
I think it went on for half an hour.
He would have been absolutely giving it to the security guard and all security and being a real tough guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes to get in the Uber and the guy said, nah, mate, I've had enough, let's go. And
I don't think he went to get in the Uber. I think he just clocked him.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
Good. You know what?
Good.
This wouldn't have happened if she had punched her son earlier. If she had actually
Correct.
disciplined her kid through life,
Yep.
this wouldn't have happened.
If
And
you
he
go
wouldn't-
back, if you go back to 1990, that mum wouldn't be writing that review because she'd be going, "Good, you shouldn't have mouthed off to
That's
the
exactly
security
right.
back in my day." And then my old man would have gave me a flogging at the same time. So,
Katie, your son's a dickhead. He needs to control his alcohol.
correct.
All right, last one is Rebecca Rogers.
This is a 1-star review.
The Bella was fantastic. Matteo knows how to make a great pizza. We definitely come back again soon.
1 star.
This was 1 star?
Rebecca Rogers cannot use Google star rating.
Does she not realise that 1 is bad
One
and
is bad.
5 is good?
Yes, it's very difficult for Rebecca. She's struggling.
I'd hate to see Rebecca try and tie her own shoelaces.
All right, Jace, you want to give your review of the Bella?
Mate, I think it's great. I've been here Friday night, Saturday. Look, Saturday night, it is busy. It is busy, but it's still, mate, I tell you what, I've never felt unsafe here. My wife and her girlfriends have been here for a girls' night out. They've had a great night. The food today I thought was great.
It was outstanding.
Yeah, I thought the food was great. You pay what you pay, but I don't mind paying if it's good food, and it was good food.
Yep.
The service has always been good. It's very clean. It's got a great outdoor area. Its parking's plentiful. I think
I like the place.
I think it's for me it's a 5-star place. And to be honest, even if this was free and this was a shithole, I wouldn't come here.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a nice place to come. I've brought my kids here. I'd come back again tomorrow.
Yep. So how many footballs out of 5 would you give it, Jason?
I mean, I'd give this a 5.
5 footies out of 5?
I just don't think it's a bad place to come. I just think it's really nice.
I'm a miserable fuck. So
Wow.
I'll give it 4.5 footballs.
I did think about 4.5 because I know there'll be some other places,
But for a pub, this is a very high standard pub.
All right, I'll give it 5 for a pub. But if you're talking about for a restauranty, I'll give it 4.
Yep.
But you're not going to come here expecting like some of the places we've eaten.
Yeah.
They're as you said, they're chef hatted. They're outstanding.
Yep.
You don't compare the two.
No, it's not in the same ballpark.
For price, for environment, for atmosphere, this is a great place to come. I think they've done an outstanding job.
Yep, I agree. I give it 4.5. I thought the meal today was very good for a pub, and we're going to review some other pubs from around here if this goes well.
I just can't believe some of those comments.
I love it. It's fantastic.
It was gross.
So if you ever want to go to a good pub in the Hills District, the Bella is definitely the place to go.
Let's state this very obviously. We are not sponsored.
No, not one bit.
We'd like to be, so please pay us.
And I can guarantee you 1,000% that no one who works at the Bella listens to this shit podcast.
Absolutely.
So we could bag it. We'd bag it if we wanted to.
That's exactly right. No,
certainly not sponsored. And we'll do another pub or another restaurant or something in the near future. And
we're just trying a few different things during the summer sesh. That's all. So we've got some NRL news.
Absolutely, we do.
All right. So the NRL's response to Rugby 360 was to say that if any player goes, they get a 10-year ban. What are your thoughts?
I think it's not forcible. I think it's basically them, putting their shoulders out and their elbows out, saying, don't sign with them. And I agree with why they're doing it. And we discussed this before, that 360 hasn't, trained any of these blokes, brought them through, spent the money to, have a competition, and then, of course they're going to do that. But I just don't think it's legal for anyone who's out of contract can sign wherever they like. It's never going to happen.
I think it is legal. I think they can register and not register who they want. Like if you have a no-fault stand-down policy...
Well, they just take it to court, mate. And they go, well, it's a restriction of trade, you can't do it.
Yeah, but the NRL doesn't have... The NRL doesn't have to let people play. Like, we've had players that have been stood down for years, and then they get to come back, but they... just because they're before the court for a matter. So...
Well, Jack DeBellin took them to court over the no stand-down and got beat.
Yeah.
But this is a different story. You won't... It's like the draft that they tried to put through. It won't hold up. I'm telling you, it won't. It is one of those things where you've got big business going, we're not going to put up with this, and this is going to be the outcome, and I just don't think it's going to stand up.
I think the NRL can do and say what they want when it comes to this. They don't have to
definitely
sign. They don't have to register a contract.
I'll put it to you like this, right? Well, the courts can force them to sign a contract. Right?
No, enforce it.
Yeah, they can. The courts can go, you can't exclude this guy from the competition.
Why not?
It's not legal. It's a restriction of trade. You can't do it. Look, I don't have a problem with banning anyone who's, and we've said this before, that has a contract and breaks it. Unacceptable.
I think the NRL was concerned with the number of players that were going to leave, which ended up being, I think, 10. And I think
it would have been more than that.
Yeah, and I think when they started talking about Payne Haas getting $5 million a year, I think they got nervous.
Yeah,
and rightfully so. I do think, look, they can go and do what they want, and if the players want to go, they're not going to need to come back.
Well, how much would Payne Haas be on?
Oh, $1 million.
Right. So if he does one, how long do you reckon he's got left? He's probably got 6 or 7 years, right?
Yeah, front row will probably go into their mid-30s.
Right. So, he would probably be out of pocket. But if he was 5 years or 3 years away from the end of his career, I'd just do it.
I think the nervousness of the players, though, needs to be centred on the viability of the competition.
Yeah.
And I don't think the viability is there. It's like...
I totally agree.
Yeah, I think that the money they're going to throw at it, there's no money.
So where's the money come from? What I mean is to pay for these players. I know people are going to invest, right, but they're going to want a return. No one gives money for no reason, right?
That's right.
So if they have, 6 or 7 games or 12-game series over the Christmas period, is it the TV rights deal they think they're going to get from it? What about the crowds? Where are the crowds coming from? There's no historical
I don't know.
club basis to have it from.
Yeah,
you're not going to have members. The thing's a load of shit. It's never going to happen.
And it is like, I agree with you, a load of shit, because rugby, the super comp is struggling.
Yes.
The championship in Australia is had to be propped up again. They're going to close. There's no TV ratings there. They're all talking about how the Lions series made us profitable again. Well, that's not back for another 12 years. Well, the World Cup next year, and they've already said that if you go to the World Cup, you're not going to be playing. We're not going to be picking. Sorry, if you go to Rugby 360, we're not going to pick you in the World Cup.
Yeah. So
there's issues.
The other thing to think about is, with rugby, they're broke.
Yeah.
They might have made money from the Lions thing,
Well,
so they made $100,000. Well,
Yeah.
You still owe millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Raylene Castle absolutely destroyed that joint.
Yeah.
And I just, my thoughts on it is rugby's got enough problems. 360 is not going to hurt. I don't think it'll get off the ground.
Oh, look, whether it does or not, I think the players need to make a decision whether
the
they're
difference
going to sign.
with 360 is the pinnacle of that sport is playing for your country.
Cup. The World Cup is the pinnacle.
Right. And most of those players are there to play
World Cup.
So they've been the World Rugby saying if you play 360, you will not play in the World Cup. Most of those players aren't going to do that.
100% they won't.
So I think it's a dead duck. That's my thoughts.
All right, we've got the Australian international game against England. So
have you seen the Australian side, Jace?
No.
Reece Walsh at fullback, Josh Addo-Carr, Katoni Staines, Subasaki in the centres, Marky Mark on the wing. You've got Cam Munster, Nathan Cleary, Tino, Harry Grant, Pat Carrigan, Hudson Young, Angus Crichton, Isaiah Yeo, Dearden, Collins and Cotter, basically, right?
That's a good team.
It is, but my only point with this team, and mate, they're going to, the England side, I don't even know half the blokes are, right?
No.
They're going to get flogged.
Yeah, they will.
The problem I have with this side, I don't know about the Addo-Carr being there, but...
Mate, he deserves it. He had an outstanding season.
That's your opinion, but I think there's better wingers around.
Mate, all you had to do was watch the last 10 weeks of footy for him. He was flying. He was the Fox of old.
So, and I just think their front row's a bit small.
Pat Carrigan and Tino. Yeah. Tino's not small. Tino's huge. Pat Carrigan is just a worker. He'll get in there, do the job. Angus Crichton is a defensive machine. Hudson Young, non-stop worker. That is a strong team.
It is, but I think they'd struggle against New Zealand. I know they're not playing New Zealand, but I just think that side...
Yeah, no, I think you're wrong.
Okay, well, you're allowed to say that.
No, I did say
again. That. New Zealand and Samoa, Jace, did you watch this exhibition of greatness?
No, I was busy, but you were texting me on how great it was, so I'll let you go.
Well, it was a cracking game. Very high standard. Samoa weren't overly fluid in their attack, which is understandable.
Just if anyone's listening, who won?
New Zealand won 24-18.
Okay.
So it was a really good game.
Yep.
So, Samoa hasn't played a lot of football together, where New Zealand have played a lot of football together. So Samoa would have won that game if they were a little bit tighter in attack. They made the game was a little bit like Jungle Ball, right?
Yeah, which is why everyone loves it. But who stood out for Samoa?
I can tell you, stood out for New Zealand. Joseph Tarpany was absolutely outstanding.
He's been great for years.
A freak. I'll tell you what, Dylan Brown.
I heard he had a blinder.
He's the best game I've ever seen that bloke play. If you're a Parramatta supporter, you should be filthy, because he has never played like that the entire time he's been there. From Samoa, Payne Haas, he was unbelievable.
He's unbelievable.
194 metres, 52 tackles with 0 misses. I mean, we got wingers that make 8 tackles and miss 4.
We had one winger, Molitano, your mate.
My mate. He had 74 post-contact metres and he had 4 tackle busts. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Their attack was great. Dean Mariner, he was outstanding as well. They're a very good football team. They just miss a little bit of polish.
Yeah, but they'll get there. They play with a lot of passion.
I think they can win it.
Yeah. Did you see the fans turn up at Logan to meet them yesterday?
No, I didn't see it.
It was like rock stars, mate. They have an enormous following.
Well, that game was played in New Zealand, and there was more Samoan people there than there were Coolies.
Yeah, mate, people love it. And same with Tonga. They love the Polynesian football, mate, and it's huge. And hats off to them.
No, it was fantastic.
This will bring rugby league. This is another growth area for rugby league with how this has come on in the last few years.
Well, I think both those teams would be competitive against Australia.
Yeah, absolutely. They already are.
I think that, the years where we just put a hole in teams.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Samoa's, they've just picked up the Hammers has said he's going to play for Samoa. I'm not happy about it, all right? But you're not. I'm going to fight you again on it.
No, hats off to him, mate.
He shouldn't play Origin, but anyway. But yeah, it's going to be great if we get a Tonga, Samoa, New Zealand and Australia competition together. It will be phenomenal. And Australia aren't guaranteed to win it.
No, they're not.
Where in years gone by, they've been the team that, what's the point of having it?
100%.
But it may even put pride back in the Australian jersey if they start getting beat. Yeah. So I think it's really good.
It's a growth area.
Yeah.
All right.
And Pezzett?
Yeah, so Jonah Pezzett is going to Parramatta next year.
Correct.
For 1 year.
Yep.
And then
allegedly, but yes.
And then he's going to go to Brisbane.
On a 4-year deal.
On a 4-year deal to replace Adam Reynolds.
Correct.
That's interesting. Like, I find it interesting. They're going to throw big money at an untried kid. Parramatta, I thought, was excellent with Papali. I can't say his name properly, but I'm sure the kid they put at 5'8" this year earlier. I thought
Isaac?
Yeah, Isaiah
Papali.
Isaiah Papali. God,
apologise, mate.
Jeez, we're really professional.
Yep.
But they were really good with him, and then they had a really good fullback. They showed the direction. I'm surprised that they're going to bring.
I think he needs another year. That's what Riles was saying. He needs another year to come through.
I disagree. He played really well.
Yeah, but maybe they're hedging with Moses doing another calf.
Oh, look, it gives them cover, which is what you want. Pezzett was good, but I hope he's not another one of those Storm players like a Brodie Croft that appears to be great, then gets taken out of the Melbourne system, goes elsewhere, and then just doesn't have it.
It happens a lot with Melbourne. So.
Particularly with their playmakers, because Cam Munster's going in 2 years.
He's not going.
He's not?
I just read it 10 minutes ago that he's staying at the Storm and they're going to wheel him out in a wheelchair.
For his another 2 years, and then he'll retire.
Yeah. I don't know. It might be looking at 4.
Another 4?
I wouldn't sign him for 4 years, but anyway.
Oh, he's still good, but you got to wait and see how he... Okay.
Father time, mate.
Undefeated.
Correct.
All right. So that's interesting. There you go.
I wouldn't be doing what Parramatta's doing, but...
No, not for 1 year.
Riles is a better coach than I am.
Well, he's got the... I don't like the decision. I just think Parramatta gets nothing out of it. They'll develop... This kid's not developed yet. He's a good player.
Yep.
So they'll develop him further, and then he'll go to Brisbane to be a superstar. I guess that's what he's doing. Braithen Astor's his agent. Braith is excellent. If I had someone now, if I had a kid who was an outstanding league player and needed an agent, I'd go to Braithen Astor.
Do you reckon he'd be our agent for the Two Shit Blokes podcast?
We should ask him.
We should.
He's an outstanding agent.
He'd want 95%.
I'd give it to him. 95% of nothing is not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right, what else?
That's it. That's all I got.
All right.
We'll move on.
Let's move on. All right, so we've done a bit of the fun stuff. Now, we understand that not everyone likes horse racing or the NFL. So coming up next, we're going to have a bit of a chat about the NFL. So if you're not interested in it, we do get a special guest caller from all the way over in Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. So if you want to have a listen, please do. It's quite interesting because it does talk about some of the more the contracts in the NFL and college football and some of the big money they're talking about. So it's more interesting. But if you don't like it, fast forward. We do go into the horse racing and we'll give you some tips. And they have been going quite well. We'll get our good friend Mo to dial in. But again, we understand that it's not for everyone. So please fast forward or keep tuning in while you're doing something in the background. Doesn't matter. But there is something a bit for everyone at the moment. Well, we've got a caller, and he's also a frequent commenter. Dan Ox, the man from the other side of the hemisphere, a massive NFL fan, but more importantly, he's a big fan of the show. Welcome, Dan.
Good evening, boys. How are you all doing?
We're living the dream. How about yourself? Whereabouts in the States are you?
So I'm as far away from Dave as possible, all the way on the East Coast in Philly.
So is it true that you had to move that far away just to get away from him?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think I was working for Dave for like 2 or 3 years, and I just had enough.
Yeah, you did well to get through to three years.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Our profits have gone through the roof since you've left Ox. So, thanks for leaving.
Yeah. That's true. I did start work at 11 a.m. most days.
We're aware, and you had to have a frozen Coke for lunch.
Mate,
yeah, that was stipulated in my contract.
Mate, can I? So you're living in Philly?
Correct.
How is it over there? Obviously, with their sport, are they as crazy as what they seem to be on the news?
Yes. Yeah, I'd say college ball is probably the biggest thing. If anything, everyone's really speaking about that. College football, college basketball. We're not too crazy about basketball at the moment because obviously the Sixers suck.
Yeah.
But right now with the Eagles, after the boys won the Super Bowl, I actually went to the parade, and that was probably one of the biggest things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
the streets of Philly was all packed out. Everyone was drinking. There's music playing. Like, it was unreal.
That's crazy. So what college over there, though, do they all mainly get behind from Philly? Is it Penn State?
Yeah, Penn State. So, yeah, everyone gets behind Penn State pretty much in the football. We do have Temple, but because they're in the heart of Philly, but they suck. And then basketball, I think it's Villanova.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And they're quite a big basketball school too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Okay, that's good. I didn't know you were in Philly. I love it. Mate, what are your thoughts on the Eagles?
Oh, they're going good. And I don't know if you guys, you probably would have read the news. Brendan Graham's now out of retirement. He announced it yesterday for us morning. So
yeah, I saw that. He's
just recently.
He's a really, I think they all love having him around because of his personality. He's a big, obviously, a defensive end. They love having him. He's the one that got the a fumble of Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, so they all love him. And
yeah, exactly.
It's good.
And what a week to be back against the Giants.
Yeah. Well, and in looking on how his shape is too, he looks like he hasn't missed a beat either. So I think, and they are desperate for an edge rusher. So. See, I know you said that the Eagles are going well, mate. I disagree. I just think they played well against Minnesota, but they're just not. Their offense is still not firing. Again, against Minnesota, it did, but mate, that offensive coordinator is under all sorts of pressure because they've got all the weapons, and he still can't put teams away.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's also a few little cryptic things coming out of AJ Brown. I think when Brendan Graham announced he's coming back, he put up a post. Something about, they're using him and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, and AJ, he got a lot of the ball on the weekend, but before that, he's frustrated and he is tweeting out a lot of stuff. But they've also showing him in training and how he's interacting with both defense and offense, and he's a very popular player. And the Eagles have said we will not be trading him, so don't come near. He's still put in on the weekend, but I don't blame him. I don't blame Devontae Smith, their other receiver, or even Barkley for getting frustrated because the play calling for the Eagles has been predictable. It's been very strange. It's been very negative, and then to finally come out against Minnesota and put something together, and Minnesota have good defense. It was good to see. But against the Giants again, I don't know, because the Eagles could have easily have lost numerous games, including to the Rams and I think even Dallas in week 1. So their record, I still think, is a bit of a false record. I don't think they're as good as what their record indicates. And, I think they've got a way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like Eagles, like last year, their O-line was like just so dominant, and that's what allowed Saquon Barkley to get all those rushing yards. And then this year, they're not as dominant with, a few injuries with Lane Johnson and Dickerson. That's just hurting them because, when they're dominant, they're probably the best O-line in the game.
Yeah, I agree with that, and they do miss it. That someone did say though there was a few play calls where they kind of they did the same thing left, and then they did the same thing right in the running game, and it worked once, but then Minnesota just worked it out the second time, and they made no yards. So I don't know. The Sirianni would be under pressure to act if things don't improve. So they've had the one good week against Minnesota, but now they need to build on it. They're playing a really low team with fucking horrible low supporters, basically borderline imbecile supporters, which is the New York Giants.
Harsh.
So
yeah, absolutely. If we,
and this is
if we don't beat Giants this week, we're in trouble.
Seriously, we beat you 2 weeks ago. I've got to get some credit for that, surely.
No, you don't. Not a minute of it. Nothing.
Okay. All right.
Well, so
Barkley made 30 yards in the first 10 minutes, and then made 5 for the rest of the game. We were outstanding. We made your D-line give up. Scatterboo, who hasn't got a brain in his head, made him give up. It was awesome.
Mate, I've never seen a team.
Yeah, I was going to say he's your only player.
Yeah, it was. But the thing with that game that really disappointed me was defense, where the Eagles allowed constant third down conversions. And it was just so easy for the Giants. And I'm hoping that the Eagles actually turn up with a tougher mentality. They will.
They won't get beat by the Giants again. No, that's never going to happen.
I think they will embarrass the Giants this week.
They have to because they embarrass them.
Yeah,
so
I think they'll come
and we're
out.
Such a shit team.
And I think Scatterbo, he'll be lucky if he survives the game.
He'll be leaving a stretcher.
They'll go after him massively.
That's true.
So what's your multi of the week, mate?
So my multi of the week I put together. Unfortunately, when this airs and I look at odds, nothing's really available because with all different injuries
that's
stuff
fair
like
enough.
that. But I've got Eagles and Saquon. So Eagles to win, Saquon anytime touchdown. That's one leg. Bills to win. Ooh. Tampa Bay to win. Broncos to win. And then the Colts and Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown.
What's that paying?
He doesn't know yet.
As in like
can't check.
Sorry, I know you said that, but what some of those odds though, like for their head-to-head games, are they decent or are they all the favourites and you just go on other?
Oh, I don't think Tampa's the favourites.
No, I didn't say Panthers. Broncos, Denver Broncos. They're $1.60 against Dallas.
Yep.
And then you got Tampa Bay favourite. I know the Indiana Colts are heavy favourites. That's why I've got Jonathan Taylor in there. Right. As any time. I think the Bills are about $1.30.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's not. But tell you what though, they're a team that I've actually, and I'll give you my multi now because it goes a little bit against you, slightly. I've gone the Giants, actually with the start 7.5.
Right.
I've gone San Francisco head to head. They're playing Houston, and they're paying $1.98.
And they're $1.90. Yeah, I did see that.
That's crazy, mate. Houston's offensive line is embarrassing.
It's worse than the Giants.
They are terrible. They're shocking. So I've thrown in the Carolina Panthers with 7.5 against the Bills. And I know you've tipped the Bills, and I do agree they'll probably win, but they're a team at the moment that's just not playing with any confidence.
Yeah, correct. However, they really need to get going.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
So
desperation.
if they want to lock down their conference anyway.
Do you want to know my ridiculous one?
Shoot.
All right, so I got the Steelers head-to-head, which is they're not the favourites in that. I got the Eagles to beat the Giants.
Against the Packers.
Yep. The Steelers have been playing good football.
Yeah. Packers weren't great on the weekend.
So got Steelers, Eagles, Chargers, Bengals, and I got Barkley anytime. I always go Barkley. I like the kid, and that's paying $8.40.
Okay.
So
we'll throw this up on the Instagram page as well. It's okay.
Can I ask you a question, Ox?
You certainly can.
What's their thoughts on the coach getting punted from Penn State? What's the locals' thoughts on that? And paying out the $48 million.
Yeah, everyone's loving it. I'm pretty sure there was like massive calls for sacking him prior to him getting sacked. I think they were trying to sack him the week before that lost.
Mate, they had to. And they really did. They had no choice. They were number 1 or number 2 at the start of the season. But his record against teams that have, I think, in the top 5, which is what you have to win, is like 1 from 17 or something. Like he can't win the big games, and that's unfortunate. He's built a great program, but they just simply can't win the big games. So then when they went on the losing streak, they had no choice. They had to find the money and punt him.
Well, the other thing I wanted to discuss with you, Ox, is LSU's playing Texas A&M this week. All right, if that coach if the LSU get beat, will Kelly get fired and will get paid out $53 million?
Yeah, it's crazy with I don't know too much of what the LSU backing because being Penn State, like, you know, a lot of my rugby teams are Penn State alumni, and then they tell me when there's like GoFundMe's happening to sack the coach.
That's insane, mate. That's people in Australia don't understand it, do they? They do not understand how big college ball is, and they don't understand how that looks when you're going to sack a coach and you got to the college isn't going to give you the money, so you got to get it from people that are associated with the college, and they raise it like it's insane.
Yeah, but everyone's very proud of where they went. So if you went to Penn State, you're very proud of that you went to Penn State, and then you know. Even if you chuck in $20, $50 or whatnot, it eventually adds up. So I wouldn't be surprised if LSU public do get the money.
Yeah,
that's a big punting, mate, because he is a highly regarded coach.
Well, he was at Notre Dame and couldn't get the chocolates, and now he's at a better school. LSU's a better school than Notre Dame, and he can't get them to get to the chocolates. So I can't see him lasting, but I don't think you'll lose any sleep over missing $53 million and be able to coach next year. Like it's not like they're not going to get another job.
It's a lotto win, mate. It's
exactly right.
So the one thing I noticed when I was over there and watched Penn State, Ox, is when a team gets beat, I've never seen fans so filthy. They literally lose their shit. Like,
correct.
It's not like the rugby league where we got beat, whatever. But over there, they literally want to kill people. It is literally the most. I've never seen anyone get, especially in the college. The college is next level.
Yeah.
I don't think the NFL's the same. What's your thoughts?
Well, NFL is kind of the same. I don't know if when the Eagles lose at home, oh God, it could be riots. They do say Philly is one of the worst places for sports.
Oh, mate, have you?
I guess everyone.
Mate, there's a story, and it's actually on video, where it was Christmas Day or like the Christmas game. It was snowing, and Santa Claus was in a cart going around the stadium, and they were throwing snowballs at Santa. This team, the fans hate everyone. Mate, when a player gets injured, most teams, they have that moment of silence and all that for the opposing team. Mate, not the Eagles. They boo when the guy gets taken off the field. Like, they're absolutely ruthless. They are the worst fans in the game.
They are. They've also got a statue of Rocky, and he's not even fucking real. So, in Philadelphia. So, anyway.
I think it was last year when they played the Vikings. Some of the Viking supporters went to the Rocky statue and dressed it up in Vikings gear.
Oh, no.
And then at the game, it was on, you had to walk into the stadium if you were supporting the opposite team with a jumper.
Sort of like state of origin.
You just get you just get heckled and like people just try and start fights for no reason just because you support the other team.
Sounds awesome.
That does sound pretty good, actually.
All right, Ox. I appreciate your time and getting up. At what time do you get up this morning, Ox?
2:50 a.m. So I'm just glad to be here.
Mate, we're glad to have you, Ox, and we do appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, mate. Nice to talk
Appreciate
to you.
you having me on.
All right, mate.
See you, boys.
All right, we're here to talk racing, and again, we have a decent tipster, I'll say, just a decent tipster. We've got Mo with his usual dial in here, and it's this great time of year. We've just had the Everest and the Caulfield Cup. We did have the Geelong Cup today, but it got postponed due to weather until tomorrow, and then we're going into the Cox Plate on Saturday, so it's a big time of year. So welcome, Mo. Thanks for dialing in again.
Hey lads, how are we?
Going well. So I'll kick off with you straight up. How did you go last week?
Pretty quiet for me. I was at a wedding, so I only had a couple of bets, and I had Carling Rising all up half yours, all up Private Eye. It was a good result.
That was a good result. But didn't your father, who I don't really listen to a lot of what he says, actually said that your comment on Carling Rising was that it wouldn't finish in the top three?
Yeah, that was, but things changed and it paraded a lot better compared to its trial. So
what a smother.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, righto. Not a man of his own word, but anyway, all right. So you did end up backing it?
Sort of, yeah. You got to be flexible in this game, so, you can change pretty quickly.
I was at the races. I was talking to someone, and that they are in the racing industry, and they said that it will win by 2 lengths on its worst run that it's had in the last 18 months. They were so confident, and it won by 2 lengths, and it never looked like losing. It was an impressive horse.
It was. It eased down on the line, and Zach got off the horse, and he said that's only at about 70% or 80% or something like that, which is scary because it just annihilated our lot.
Do you think that's going to happen now moving forward? They're going to get the best sprinters now from around the world due to the prize money coming over?
I think so, but I was pretty confident that horse will be back next year to pick up at 10 million.
Yeah, it looked too easy.
Yeah.
It was too easy. But look, I stood and applauded, to be honest, when I was watching it. It was just such an impressive horse to watch. So it was good to see.
So you said you were on track.
Yeah.
Was it true that they booed the horse as it ran on the track?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, Zach got off and he said that they were booing the horse as it got on the track.
No.
It's a bit odd.
Maybe they were booing him.
Yeah, maybe. I was down there. Mate, no, there was nothing but love for the horse, mate. Everyone was cheering it on. There was no booing. Mate, I don't know what he would have heard, mate. There was 50,000 people there, all legless, and no one was really paying that much attention to how they ran out and paraded, to be honest with you. They all celebrated when it won. So, no, mate, it was a fantastic day.
Oh, fair enough. Who did you back?
Not that one. It was, I don't back the favourites, and that's to my own detriment, and that was unfortunate for me, but it was a day almost of favourites, so if you backed favourites, you're doing well, but I just didn't get into it.
I had War Machine, and it's still running.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Jolly Star was disappointing.
Yeah.
The jockeys talked up Jolly Star. I listened to them all being interviewed, and they all thought that was a really good threat, but he did nothing. Craig Williams' mount, they came second. He got off and said it's a future superstar. He was wrapped with it. Obviously, it flashed home.
Yep.
So there's a few things there. What about the Caulfield Cup, mate? You went half yours. You talked it up. How are you thinking it's looking? What are you thinking for the Melbourne Cup?
It worries me because the 3 in behind it, second, third, fourth, they were all about 100 to 1, which doesn't really give you confidence going forward into a Melbourne Cup that it be a bunch of camels.
It's got and it'll get more weight, obviously, and they won't get the weight penalty, so they'll meet it better off.
Yeah, and it got 2 kilos, so
yeah.
Look, it's a chance, it's in there, but what price do you want to take is the big question.
I'm thinking the same, mate. I backed Royal Supremacy and I backed Absurd, and I'll still back them in the Cup. I thought they had really big runs in that race. I was particularly Royal Supremacy. I was quite happy with it. 16.
The reason I don't like Royal Supremacy is it's coming through a Newcastle Cup. And if that's the form for a Melbourne Cup or a Caulfield Cup, I'll give it away.
Yeah, no, but it still ran well in the Caulfield Cup. Like it wasn't disgraced. I think it came 5th or 6th, and it was coming home with the others. And now it won't get the weight penalty. So I just think if you're going to take $6 for half yours or $5.50, Royal Supremacy wasn't that far away, and it's going to be 16 or 20s. So I think it'll go the distance, but again, it's a Melbourne Cup, mate. Like you're not even factoring the internationals at the moment. So I don't know. I will still stick with that. And I thought Absurd was quite good. And I did listen to the jockeys when they got off, and both the jockey for both Royal Supremacy and Absurd, like particularly Absurd, he was very confident in feeling, and he also said like it should have finished a lot closer. Got blocked a few times and still ran on. So they're all very confident for the Melbourne Cup, which they always generally are. But yeah,
they want to hold that ride. But it's a shame that Sir Delius has been outed by the vets. So that's a strange one because they've said, well, you're not allowed to run in Melbourne in the Melbourne Cup. They've gone, okay, we'll just run 2 weeks later in Sydney.
Yeah. Did I hear, though, that they're now spelling him? I heard
they're running him in a race in Sydney in about 2 weeks' time.
No, I thought today I heard that they're going to spell it and then bring it back for the Rich Autumn Carnival. But again, I could be wrong, and I've been wrong many times. But that's what I thought. I read that through the racing stuff on Instagram. But
fair enough. I just thought it was odd that they'd make them scratch from the Melbourne Cup, and then Gay would turn around and go, all right, well, we'll just run 2 weeks later. The horse is fine. So
it is a very strange one, but I get that. What about
futures bets go under? You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is fair enough. Well, what about the Cox Plate? What are you thinking?
I don't know what to think yet. I think Antino's a massive chance.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Via. I'm a bit worried about Via, but also Chris Waller's a master, so could find 5 lengths and piss in. So I think
that's my tip.
They're the two hopes.
Via Sistina's my tip.
Yeah, so your dad's all over Via Sistina, so I think we can rule that one out.
Yeah, can't win then.
Yeah. In Tino, look, I don't disagree. I think it's got Blake Shin on board, and he's on fire at the moment.
Isn't he? He said during the week, like after, I think it was Tuesday, they do the Breakfast of the Best where the horses work and they do the barrier draw.
Yeah.
For the Cox Plate.
Yeah.
And Blake Shin got off and they asked him, what are you going to do on this horse? How are you going to ride it? And he said, I can do anything with this horse. And he just had a little smile on his face, and I reckon he's going to take off going past the school at the 800.
Yep.
And it'll be catch me if you can.
Okay.
So that's my tip for the Cox Plate is I think he's going to take off early and try and beat a lot of them, catch them, nap them.
Yeah, you can see it working too. But I'm still going to go, for me, just at value, and I like the horse, Treasure of the Moment, and I'm going to look at nepotism for a place. I just think that this race could throw up anything. So I'll look at Treasure of the Moment, and I know it wasn't great last start. It's had a few flops, but still.
After I said it was gone, why have you always got to go against me?
Because I don't like you.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're only on this show because you're related to one of the hosts.
I look, Antino, I'm not saying it's not going to win. I just think that I don't know. I saw Treasure of the Moment absolutely dominate when it came back after a spell, and then it's had 2 very flat runs, but I just think it can pull something out. This is a race that it's unlike anything else, this race, and I think it can really get some surprises get thrown up. So, but I'm not a millionaire from punting, so I've been wrong many times.
Oh, well, you can sign up to Josh Bet and back both those 2 horses you talked about in the Melbourne Cup and the Cox Plate, and back them with me.
Who's Josh?
I'm happy to take
Who's
the bet.
Josh?
Who's Josh Bet?
I mean, Mo Bet.
Mo Bet.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Mo Bet.
Can I just tell you something, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
My mum's an avid listener of Two Shit Blokes.
Yes.
We've got Mo and all the nicknames that we have for people.
Yes.
She wants to be known as Crazy Daisy.
Crazy Daisy. I like that.
And it's spot on. Well done, Crazy Daisy. You're on fire.
All right, so what's your bets for this week, mate? And then I'll get rid of you because you're annoying me now.
Yep.
Okay, well, I've only got dish lickers this week, so you're going to have to just deal with winners.
All right. Okay. Give it up. What do you got?
Okay. Thursday night, we're going to Q1 Lakeside. We're going race 6, number 8, Zipping Lee. Last week was the heat. The dog that's in box 2 this week was on the outside of it. It crossed it, nailed it. So the 8, it dropped back, came at it again, got beaten half a length. Now the box draw's reversed, and Zipping Lee's on the outside of Kenya Romance. I think Zipping Lee will go straight past it.
Now
$4.
$4.
Yeah, it's $3.60 at the moment on Sportsbet.
Yep.
Ladbrokes have got $4 if you go shopping.
Oh, sorry, mate.
And I want to save on the 2 because it comes out like a rocket, and I don't want to lose on it. It's $3.40, $3.60 out there.
No,
you can back both of them, save on one if you want, but I'm just backing the 8.
Okay.
Do your best.
All right.
Now we're going to Friday, Q1 again, Lakeside, race 3, number 1. Now the prices aren't up for this race. This dog absolutely shit in last start, and it was its first start in a maiden. It's in the final this week. Same dogs again. I think anything better than $1.50 just chips in. It'll just shit in, like complete moral.
I'm not
Can't
backing
get beat.
anything at $1.50.
I'm not touching a $1.50.
Come on, do better, mate. What else you got? You got one more or what?
I didn't say it was $1.50. I'm saying anything above $1.50, just
Okay.
balance.
It'll be
The balance
$1.50.
button.
It'll be
$1.05.
It'll be $1.05. Righto, mate. What else you got?
Okay. Colburn, race 4, number 8. Cheap Lightning.
What day, mate?
Still on Friday. Everything's on Friday.
Okay.
Now?
What do you mean? Well, you only get 2. This is it. This is your last
No,
one.
I get
Righto.
4.
He gets 4.
Mo's running the show.
right,
Mate, get back in the white van. Calm down. Righto, what do you got?
You want winners or not?
Not on dish lickers, but anyway, go on.
Okay, Goulburn, race 4, number 8, Chief Lightning, 210 on Sportsbet. It's a bet. It'll be winning. It's one at plus 5. It'll make it 6.
Oh.
And then we're going to Warragul, race 9, number 5, Typhoon Bailey.
Warragul,
Bailey's won.
race 5,
Number 9.
number 9.
Race 9, number 5.
Race 9,
Typhoon
number 5.
Bailey.
Mate, you wrote a comment a couple of weeks ago about talking, us, not being able to write our tips down, right? You're running as quick as that number 2's coming out of the gates. Anyway, what do you got? How much is this thing?
Would you just let me speak? Like, if you're just going to keep talking over the top of me.
He's having a hissy fit on the dialing.
Fucking seriously. Righto, come on, princess.
All right. Warragul, race 9, number 5, Typhoon Bailey. No prices yet.
Okay.
Typhoon Bailey's had about 14 starts for 9 wins. The only times it's been beaten, it's broken down. So it's injury prone, but it's coming back from injury.
So it'll be $1.20.
It was going to be $1.20.
No, because it won't, because it's had 5s and 6s next to its name the last few starts.
So you're tipping us a broken dog. Righto, got ya.
If it holds together, it'll win.
If it doesn't fall apart and explode, it'll win. Righto, got ya. Well done, Mo.
Correct.
Done. All right, mate.
Well, we'd like to say it's been a pleasure, Mo, but it really hasn't.
It's been quite painful, but we'll check in next week and hopefully you get one out of those tips and something in the Cox play. But if you don't, we're going to have to front you about this, all right? Because that's what we do.
Yeah, fair enough. How did I go last week? I can't remember.
I'm sorry, time's up, mate. See you later.
Not very good. Anyway, we'll see you later.
Thanks, guys.
Poor old Mo. Can't win, can he? What do you got, Jace?
So in terms of the tipping field, mate, look, I'm keeping it quite simple. I've only got a few. So main one here, as I said, in the Cox plate, I'm just going to go with nepotism for a place.
Yep.
If you want to have another bet on something to win, I'm going treasure the moment as well myself, but I'm not that confident on it. But I think nepotism a place. He's been running well. He just hasn't had a lot of luck. Then in Randwick race 10, I've gone Rise at Dawn at $4. It's going quite
that's just on that. It's on Mooney Valley race 7. I love Rise of Dawn.
So it's a dual acceptor.
Yeah.
So if it races at Randwick, I'm going it.
Well, I've got it as one of my tips for Melbourne race 7.
Or one of us will be happy.
Yeah, one of us. Or we'll lose both.
Both of us will lose. And the other one I've gone is Randwick race 5, Grand Eagle, $5.50.
Right.
All right, so I've stayed away from. I've gone another one. Sorry, in Mooney Valley, race 8, number 9, Vestus at $8.50. I just thought it was a bit. That's my long shot.
Yeah.
$9.50. I thought it was a long shot. I'd go that each way. But the other two are just to win. Vestas actually, it's got some form about it. I like it. But
it's a tight race.
Yeah, anything. I know it sounds silly. Anything can happen at the Valley. I'm not a big fan of Moonee Valley because I don't like the tight straight, the tight corner and the short straight. If you're out of position or if you're back, you can't win. So it does take a bit of luck, and I just hope that we can get that on the weekend. But
I'm in the same race with Shangri-La Boy.
Oh, there you go.
That's $3.30. That's a gay bot.
All right, so that's
one. Oh, sorry, that's Moonee Valley. Sorry, that's in Randwick.
All right, so
I got mixed up. My apologies. Not very good at this job.
What are your tips?
Race 7. This is in Sydney at Randwick. Race 7. The Group 2. I got number 3 Farnicle.
Yep.
Which is $4.40, and then I've got race 8. The other, it's a Group 1. Shangri-La Boy, which is $3.30, which is another gay bot. And my roughie in Sydney is race 9, number 7, Monty Supreme.
Okay.
Which is $10 and plate $3.10 for a place. At Moonee Valley, I've got race 2. It's a Group 3, number 8, Snow Mercy at $5.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a roughie in race 4. It's a Group 2 as well. Number 9, Stung, $23.
Okay.
And $4.60 is a place. So
there's a few there.
That's some value there, and probably all losers, but we'll see how we go.
Well, last week we went well. We put up 4 tips, but we also had bets in the Everest and the Caulfield Cup,
which I wouldn't have backed normally.
No, I probably wouldn't have myself. So, but out of the 4 tips we put up, we got 3.
I had Old Dancer, and they paid $5.50.
I don't even know the names of mine. I was drunk, but I thought they won 2 of them, both of them.
It seems to be a pattern on that you're drunk all the time, Jason.
No, this was a day at the Everest.
We didn't watch the football because you were drunk. It's just becoming a pattern.
You're an idiot.
Yep, I am.
All right, so look, those tips will be up on Instagram, and we won't put Mo's bets up there because it's just too much for Instagram, but he has had a bit of luck, so I would follow him if you're interested. It is a dish lickers, but he knows what he's talking about.
All right, Josh, wrap it up.
All right, so that's it. The show went for about an hour, so we're not going to push much past that. We know people's attention span doesn't last that long. This is it for the episode. It's a big thanks again to the Bella for having us. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Spotify, so you don't miss the next episode. Instagram is where you'll find the tips. I've got to say, if you've been following them, you're doing all right, and we're not charging you for it, so you thank us later. We have been on fire. We'll see you next time, and hopefully next time, as I said, we're going to have some people come in that'll just tell us a bit about their... We're looking at some people in the sporting world that we just think have a good story to tell. So hopefully next week that'll kick off, and we'll just see what people think of that. But it's been fantastic, and we definitely did miss not doing it last week.
We certainly did. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.